Hello everyone. In this presentation, I am going to discuss the difference between autonomous investment and planned investment. Before starting my presentation, I request every one of you to please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Investment are of two types, autonomous investment and planned investment. Autonomous investment is also called as exogenous investment, whereas planned investment is also called as endogenous investment. Let us find out the difference between the two. Investment is also classified into exogenous investment and endogenous investment. Exogenous investment is independent of the rate of interest. It is determined outside the model of income determination. Take an example, government investment. If there is recession in the economy, even if the interest rate is high, government will not wait for interest to fall to make a new investment. Government will come up with new investment like public work program, employment generation program like MNREGA. It will provide employment to the public that will increase the wage. Wage will help to increase the demand for consumption, and that will have positive effect on investment and have a multiplier effect on income in the economy. So this shows that government investment is not influenced by the rate of interest, and increasing government investment have a multiplier times increase in income in the economy. Now let's see endogenous investment. Endogenous investment depends upon the rate of interest. Firms or private enterprise borrow for buying machines, equipments. So they borrow when the rates of interest are low. When the interest rate is high, the cost of borrowing will increase and their profit margin will fall. So they will borrow only when the interest is less. So lesser the interest, more the demand for investment, and higher the interest rate, less will be the demand for investment in the economy. This is the investment curve. It is a downward sloping curve, shows a negative relationship between the rate of interest and the investment in the economy. In ISLM theory, we have seen investment spending function, where investment depends upon the autonomous investment and planned investment. Here, I is the rate of interest, B is the coefficient of the responsiveness of investment spending to the rate of interest, and I bar is autonomous investment. Autonomous investment is the investment which is independent of both income and rate of interest. Therefore, the position of the investment schedule depends upon two factors. Number one is the value of coefficient that measures how sensitive the investment spending is to the change in the interest rate. And the number two is level of autonomous investment spending in the economy. Planned investment schedule. It is the planned level of investment spending at each rate of interest, where the lower the interest rate, the higher the planned investment, and higher the interest rate, lower the planned investment. So this shows the inverse relationship between the interest rate and the planned investment. Or we can also say that planned investment is the function of the rate of interest, and it is inversely related to the rate of interest in the economy. In the planned investment schedule, concept of elasticity plays a very important role. In this equation, investment depends upon autonomous investment and the planned investment. Here I stands for rate of interest and B stands for the value of coefficient, which measures how sensitive the investment spending is to the change in the rate of interest. So when the investment schedule is highly elastic, A fall in the rate of interest will lead to a large increase in the investment, and the investment schedule curve will be flatter. But when the investment schedule is less elastic, that will show a fall in the rate of interest lead to a very small increase in investment, and investment schedule will be steeper in slope. So when the investment schedule is highly elastic, the change in the investment is very much sensitive to the change in the rate of interest. Small fall in the interest lead to large increase in investment. But when it is less elastic, change in investment is very much less sensitive to the change in interest rate. A large fall in the interest rate lead to a very small increase in investment. That means the investment schedule is steeper in slope. Now let us see autonomous investment spending schedule. What is this autonomous investment? It is the investment which is independent of both the level of income and the rate of interest in the economy. So this equation of investment schedule, I bar is the autonomous investment. It's a downward sloping curve which shows that autonomous investment spending shift the investment schedule. Now let us find out how a change in the autonomous investment spending shift the investment schedule. So suppose if there is increase in the autonomous investment, it would lead to the rightward shift in the investment schedule. If there is decrease in the autonomous investment, it would lead to the leftward shift in the investment schedule. Now, whenever you write the equation for investment schedule, you should be very clear that this investment schedule depends upon the autonomous investment and the planned investment. This autonomous investment is independent of both the rate of interest and the level of income, but this planned investment depends upon the rate of interest. Here, the coefficient B measures the responsiveness of investment spending to the interest rate. So the unit of measurement of B depends upon the rate of interest. Now let us compare both the figure of autonomous investment and planned investment. If you see the figure of autonomous investment, you will find that an increase in the autonomous investment lead to a rightward shift in the investment schedule, and decrease in the autonomous investment lead to the leftward shift in investment schedule. So this clearly shows that at a given rate of interest, if you move from point A to point B, this movement from A to B is not because of the change in the rate of interest. It is because of the increase in the autonomous investment. If you move from point A to point C, interest rate is unchanged, but you move towards the left side of the investment schedule because autonomous investment has fallen down. Now you see the plan investment curve. Here you can see that investment is highly responsive to the rate of interest. A small decrease in the rate of interest leads to a large increase in the investment. And this investment schedule is very elastic. But if the investment responds very little to the rate of interest, then this investment schedule will become less elastic and it will be more in a vertical shape. Another important point which I would like to highlight is that autonomous investment explains you that there is a shift in the investment schedule with the change in the autonomous investment. But the planned investment tells you about the movement on the same investment schedule with the change in the rate of interest. If the rate of interest falls, investment increase. But if the rate of interest rises, there will be a decrease in investment and you will move on the same investment curve. So point A, you will move to point B, and from if there is decrease in the interest rate and increase in investment, and if there is increase in the interest rate and decrease in investment, you move from point A to point C. So this clearly shows that autonomous investment lead to the shift in the investment schedule, while plan investment lead to the movement on the same investment schedule. If you have any question on this presentation, please put your question in the comment section and like and subscribe my channel to get further notification. Thank you so much.